Hi friends, welcome back to your practice. Welcome back to my channel. I am Katie Arnold, and today we have a morning confidence practice. As you can imagine, this practice is all about building confidence, setting ourselves up for the day ahead. Props wise, I really am kind of leaving this up to you today. You will see I have a whole slew of props up here. I have a blanket. We will end our practice with a short seated meditation. So if you like anything to elevate your hips, you might want to have a cushion or a blanket or a chunky towel or a bolster for something like that. You could grab a strap if you would like. That's really kind of like lowest on the list of like options, but you could have one nearby. And if you have blocks, you are also welcome to grab those and have them nearby. But again, nothing is actually required for this practice today. These are just maybe some things that you could have nearby if you like some options. We're going to get started standing on our mat. So standing at the top of your mat, feet are going to be hips width distance in our Tadasana mountain pose. And then we're going to take our hands to our hips. And then I want you to really think about finding length up through the spine and then gently pull those elbows back. So we're kind of in this like Wonder Woman, Superman stance with the heart shining forward. Really the stance of confidence is how I want you to think of how we're starting this practice. You can take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Another big breath in and release. One more like that. And then start building our Ujjayi nose to nose breathing. Think about that slight constriction at the back of your throat. Think about setting this intention of starting our day with confidence. Feeling like we can handle anything that may come our way. Of knowing that we are worthy of all that we desire for our lives. Two more breaths here. And inhale, arms reach up and overhead. Exhale, hips go back, forward, fold all the way down. Hands to shins, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of your head pulls forward, sit bones back. Exhale and fold. One more like that. This time we're going to inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, step the left toes to the back of your mat so that right foot is forward. So now hands are framing that front foot. This is where you are welcome to maybe grab your blocks, and hands could come to your blocks here if you would like. But again, this is just an option to bring the mat a little bit closer. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, start to shift your hips back and straighten out that right leg, coming into a wide pyramid pose. So we're going to move back and forth. Inhale as we lunge it back forward to that runner's lunge. Exhale as you shift it back to that wide pyramid. You don't have to get that leg all the way straight. Inhale, lunge it forward. Exhale as you shift it back. Inhale, lunge it forward to that runner's lunge, and then reach that right arm, adding a twist. Maybe the gaze follows that right hand. Full breath in, full breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand comes back down to the mat. Step that back foot forward, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise, stand it up tall. Exhale, hands come back down through heart center. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale as you hinge and fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale like that. Exhale as you fold. And then this time, inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, step the right toes to the back of your mat. Again, options if you want to use those blocks. Take a breath in our runner's lunge. Exhale as you shift your hips back. Find that wide pyramid. Inhale as you lunge it forward. Exhale, wide pyramid. Inhale, lunge it forward. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale, lunge it forward. And exhale, reach that left arm up towards the ceiling, finding your twist. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down, and this time step it back, downward facing dog. Hips are high. Maybe you pedal out those feet, bending one knee, bending the other. And then find some stillness. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, shift it forward to your high plank pose. Palms pressing the mat away. Heels pulling towards the back of our space. We think about creating that long line, crown of your head to the heels of your feet. Big breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. Walk your feet in a little bit. Hover your knees off of your mat. Bear plank pose. Core is strong and engaged. Hands still really pressing that mat away. Breath is strong. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat, forward fold at the back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold down. Inhale, stand it all the way up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So we're going to come into a little bit of balance. This is where you are welcome to use your strap if you would like. I'm going to start to shift our weight over into that left foot. We're going to start with a one-legged Tadasana, working that right knee about in line with that right hip. It doesn't actually need to be there. And we start by finding our balance here. So option one is actually through this whole thing. You can just hang right here. Option two, you can take those peace sign fingers, grab onto that right big toe. Left hand can stay on your hip. And then you could just hang right here. You could also take that strap to the bottom of the foot, whether you're in that one-legged Tadasana or you want to work on this bind. And then option three is to start to extend that right leg out in front of you, finding our hand to big toe. Now, you do not need to straighten that right leg all the way. Mine is not. And again, a nice alternative here, and I'll show you on the other side, is that strap, but essentially the strap is just around the bottom of the right foot. You might fall out. I'm falling out. That's okay. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Ground down into that left foot. Big inhale. And exhale. Gently bring that right foot back in. Release your bind or your strap. Right foot comes down to the mat, hands through heart center. Feel both feet on the ground. Come back to your intention. It is so easy for us to get down on ourselves because balance is challenging. But balance is also an opportunity for us to quiet the mind, to retell our stories to ourselves that we are actually strong, we are capable. So I'm going to grab that strap just so I can show you on the other side how we can do this. So you will know we always have options, but this strap is really not actually needed for this practice because there's still so many other options prior to. So we start, that right foot's going to be our base this time. And then we start with that one-legged Tadasana. So maybe the foot is in the strap. And you could stay like this. Option 2, you move into that big toe bind. You don't necessarily need to do that with the strap because we have it here. So then option 3, with or without the strap, is to extend that left leg forward. Options. Engage the core. Find the place to rest your gaze. Big breath in. Big breath out. Come back to that one-legged Tadasana. Release your strap. Let the left foot come down to the mat. Both hands at heart center. Feet hips width distance. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, hinge at your hips as you fold down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, walk it out to your plank pose. Big breath in. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale that right leg high behind you. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips open. So we're in a 3-legged dog with a twist. I like to roll out my ankles a little bit while I'm here. Inhale, square your hips back with your mat. Exhale, right knee towards your nose and step it through in between your hands. Left hand stays down. Inhale, right arm reaches. And exhale, roll onto the pinky edge side of the left foot as the right foot steps back. Side plank pose. Option for that bottom knee to come down to the mat. Otherwise, feet can be stacked or staggered. You think about lifting up those hips. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, high plank pose. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale that left leg high. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. Maybe you take those ankle circles. Inhale, square your hips with your mat. Exhale, left knee towards your nose and step it through. Right hand stays down. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, roll onto the pinky edge side of that right foot. Step that left foot back to find your side plank. Option for that bottom knee to drop. Full breath in. Full breath out. Stay for that inhale. And that exhale. One more big inhale breath. Exhale, find your plank. One more inhale. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Exhale, soften your knees down, hips over heels, child's pose. Take a big breath in through your nose. Sigh it out. Big inhale breath. Exhale, release. One more like that. Slowly roll yourself up. We're going to make our way to a seated posture for our seated short meditation to end our practice. So find the seat that's going to be most supportive for you. I am choosing to sit on a blanket. You may as well. Or you might choose to sit on a bolster or a block or nothing at all. Choice is yours. Hands can rest down on your knees. You can just soften your gaze on an unmoving point, or if it feels good for you to do so in the space that you're in, you can close the eyes down entirely. Let yourself settle in. So if it takes a moment or two to find a seated posture that is supportive for a few minutes of meditation, you're worth that. And then just start to follow your really gentle and easy breath. So no need to change it or control it. And then hands can stay on your knees, or maybe you bring your hands back to your hips. You think about those elbows pulling back. So that same kind of Wonder Woman or Superman stance from the start of our practice, just now we're seated. I'm going to start to introduce a mantra. You can share it with me. You can repeat it after me aloud or to yourself. I value myself. I value my mind, my emotions, my body, and my spirit. I value myself. I value my mind, my emotions, my body, and my spirit. I value myself. I value my mind, my emotions, my body, my spirit. I value myself. I value my mind, my emotions, my body, my spirit. I value myself, value my mind, my emotions, my body, my spirit. I value myself, I value my mind, my emotions, my body, and my spirit. Release your hands back down to your knees. Pause for just a few more moments. Inhale, sweep those arms out nice and wide, palms meet overhead. Exhale, let your hands come down through heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. Om Shanti. Peace. Thank you all so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you are feeling a renewed sense of confidence and the confidence to go into your day to tackle whatever may come your way while staying really connected to your true, authentic self, knowing that you are worthy, you are valued, you are capable. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please take a moment to do so. If you are interested in my free daily practice calendar that takes all the guesswork out of your practice, the link for that is in the description below. And if you like that daily practice calendar and you want a new one every single month, if you want the opportunity to get all of my practices completely ad-free, the link to the Quiet the Noise membership is also in the description below. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you back on your mats for your next